Right, here we go. So, 1979, a Talbot Sunbeam Lotus.
Yes.
I have to say that for a car of its era, this is a pretty meaty and fast little car. A little quick off the marks roller skate.
2.2 litre rear wheel drive Lotus engine. Cracking little beast.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Des O'Dell, who was head of Des O'Dell.
Who's Des O'Dell?
Des O'Dell. Well, he, sort of chief and design at
Incoming tractors. Oh,
yeah,
look at this.
hold on.
Yay.
Hey.
One huge tractor.
Oh, 2 tractors.
And another tractor. Go on, who's Des O'Dell then?
Des O'Dell.
3 tractors on
he was
a
in charge
telehandler.
He was in charge of the development of these cars.
Right.
Now, so the whole thing about it was he wanted to make a car that would beat the Ford Escorts.
Right.
And so he came up with this concept. Went to Lotus, said, "You got an engine? Plug in this." They went, "Yeah, okay, yeah, we've got a few engines." Bunged a Lotus engine in it, and the rest is history.
Now, what is it like to drive? Because I noticed you've got a dogleg gearbox, meaning that first gear is where, in most normal manual cars, is normally where second gear is.
Yeah.
And then second gear, and this is where third gear is, and they chase their way up the ladder like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've got to say, it's great. The gearbox is quite notchy, quite heavy. The brakes, they don't feel like they're going to be responsive, but actually,
They're not bad, are
they're
they?
not bad at all. You have to put a bit of effort in there, but that's good. It's all about what you put into this car, and of course, you've got no power steering. What I will say though is that the quicker you go in this car, the better it feels. It is very sort of the period, sort of black plasticky inside. You know, it's what I'd expect from a mass-produced car from 1979.
Yeah, I don't mind the plastic. I mean, because this car's not about that, is it? It's not about the interior. You know, this is at a time when people weren't that bothered about the way the inside of a car looked.
Yeah, exactly.
More about what's under the bonnet. They were there, you know, chasing higher brake horsepower, lighter engines, you know, all that sort of stuff. And this is a small car, and the most amazing thing is it's got a big engine with rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, I know, and it looks like it should be a front-wheel drive car.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's rear-wheel drive, and it's got that little stub tail on it as well.
Yeah.
So if you think of your Escorts and everything like that, they've got their junk hanging out the back, really.
Yeah.
Whereas this thing, it's small, it's compact, it's got coil springs at the rear. Lovely, lovely little design. They got it right. It does feel good though.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And it's only then it revs up to red lines at 6,500.
Yeah.
That was only up to 4,000 then, so it's a howling, screaming little engine, this thing, or big engine actually.
Yeah, it is a big engine. For a car of this size, it's a monster of an engine. I mean, realistically speaking, if you bought a car from this era, you'd be looking at generally, I don't know, at most in the sporting varieties. If you sort of took like a Fiesta or something like that,
Yeah.
or a Golf, you'd be looking at 1.6, 1.8 at the most.
Yeah.
Whereas this, 2.2. Twin dual auto carburetors, and you know, it's really, and the ZF gearbox is great, you know, it's beefy enough to take all that power, and yet the car feels pretty light and responsive. You'd understand why Colin McRae used one of these as his first rally car.
Colin McRae?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, we used one of these early on, yeah.
The guy who won the Lombard RAC rally, he was a Finnish guy, wasn't
Henrik
he?
Toivonen.
Yes, that's the man. You can see why. I mean, it does feel like, even on these little bumpy Oxfordshire roads, it does feel like you're in a rally car.
It does, actually, yeah, that's a very good point. It kind of has that sort of like little bit of a shake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like whatever you throw at it, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
The one thing that is forgiving, though, is the headrest. It has this amazingly comfortable headrest here that I'm wearing. My head is sunk right into it. I think it's almost right around my face, like a
hotel pillow.
Like a Parker jacket. You can just see my fat eyes sticking out of it.
I've got to say as well, I mean, that's my first time in 5th gear.
Yeah.
I reckon that this would be a great car to do some distance in.
That is not my first time in 5th gear.
What, in this car?
Yeah.
No, that's true. But that's quite a long legged gear, so we're now doing 2,400 revs. We're doing about 50 miles per hour.
Go into 4th gear? See, I hated 5th gear.
Did you? Yeah. Ah, it's because of the noise. The noise in this thing is glorious, actually, isn't it? If you think about it.
I was talking about the TV show. Anyway, scores out of 10 then, Fuzzbot.
Scores out of 10. I've got to give this little car, it's going to be an 8.
I'm going to give it a 7.5. 7 as a passenger.
Oh, a sexy 7.
I think as a driver, I think I'd soon ramp that up a little bit. But yeah, it's 7 as a passenger for the Talbot Sunbeam Lotus.
Okay, that's a pretty good score actually. A really good score for a little car like this. I am impressed. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying driving it. What do you reckon to the dash? Okay, so lots of black plastic. There's this weird little button with a brake pedal on it.
Yeah, which lights up. I like that one. Do that again. Oh, that's cool. Do the hazards. Let's see what that lights up like. Oh, I love buttons from the 70s and 80s. They don't make them like that anymore.
They're proper buttons, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They're like sort of the things that you saw on TV sets.
Yeah.
When they made a space station cockpit, they'd have big buttons.
Well, I remember the transition. I remember the amazing feeling when the button that you actually press, like that one, lights up.
Yeah, that's right.
Instead of a light beside the button that you press. So the moving bit doesn't light up. The moving bit actually has a bulb in it. And I love that.
That's right. I mean, you know, set to fail at some point.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because it's moving with the whole thing.
But it's great. It's a nice little sort of tactile reminder of the era that this car comes from.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got to say, I'm a fan. I like this better than I like Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Now I know you're a fan of them, so that's a big tick in the box of this car, then, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is. Well, I grew up with certainly a Mark 1 Escort. This, I think this has it. It's that Lotus engine, though. I think the mechanical setup is really great.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, okay, fair enough to say, actually, the engine and gearbox aren't really Talbot, are they?
No.
So it's a bit of a cheat in that respect.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, we got it. We got it.
Hold on, though. Around the main road. Should we give it some beats?
Got it. Noisy little route.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I might have gone up to 8.5, maybe even a 9.
Out of 10 or revs?
Out of 10.
You did red line it there.
Yeah, this is a great car. Love it.
It's happy in 5th as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I could do some miles on this thing.
It's a driver's car. As a passenger, it's a bumpy old ride, and it just brings about a feeling of envy of the driver, because I can tell that you are connected to this vehicle, but as a passenger, you're not. You are just jealous.
Yeah, well, that's a good place to be. It's good to be jealous sometimes.
Not when there's an option to drive it.
There is no option for you to drive this car, Tim. Very sorry.
I like it. I like it.
Come on, I'll get you back.
I'm feeling sick, actually. This car is making me feel sick.
Come on, Tim, I'll get you back. I'll have you back in your Ford Fiesta in a minute.
How dare you, Ford Fiesta.
Come on, Tim, we'll have you back. We'll have you back in your nice, comfortable Dacia in a minute.
Dacia.
Yeah, that's what you turned up in.
The Dacia, what's the one?
Sandero.
Yeah, there's another one, Dacia.
Duster.
Duster, that's it.
Yeah.
Duster.
We'll soon have you back in your Dacia Duster.
Dacia Duster. They'll never come.